Welcome to Modeling Manhood! Whoa. Wow, what an entry. Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about one of my craziest birthday parties I ever had. And, anyways, that was fun. There are two instances in the Bible that talk about birthdays, and we're going to be talking about both of those. And I'm going to tell you guys about another one of my nicknames. But anyways, on my 10th birthday party, I was allowed to have 3 friends over. A couple days ago, about a week ago, I shared the story of one of my friends when I was at his gravestone, and just a really hard moment. But we did everything together. And 10th birthday party was awesome. I can remember my mom had all these scavenger hunts planned out for the whole entire night. And we had to find like a giant piñata. It was like tied up in one of the silo chutes, and we were able to find it. And we were beating that thing with baseball bats. All of us had played Little League together and spent a lot of time together doing different things. But that birthday party was amazing. And I can remember that night, the boys and I decided that we were gonna have like pillow fights, and we were like beating each other up and beating each other up and beating each other up and just taking a beating. And my good friend, the one that I was talking about, was probably the best baseball player out of the 4 of us. And we were going head to head with the pillows. And I remember just like hitting him in the head the one time, like so hard that he like fell on the ground. And we were just like, it was crazy. But I kind of got one of those nicknames, being headhunter, and I kind of forgotten about that until maybe like 2 years ago, where I was invited out to play paintball with a bunch of kids from another school, and they were kind of getting together on a Sunday with their youth group, and I was asked to share with them, and I hit one of their leaders with the paintball, and he started calling me headhunter too. And kind of the two coming together, that nickname and then also the story of the 2 birthday instances in the Bible, just really profound. So I want to turn with you guys to Genesis for our first one, Genesis 40 verse 20. I had it open, but I knocked it out of the way when I came crashing in. So Genesis 40 verse 20. On the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, he made a feast for all his servants and lifted up the head of the chief cupbearer and the head of the chief baker among the servants. He restored the cupbearer to his position, and he placed the cup in Pharaoh's hands, and he hung the chief baker just as Joseph had interpreted to him. Yet the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph, but forgot him. And on that particular birthday party, these 2 gentlemen that were in prison with Joseph in Egypt, they were brought back out of prison, and their fate that Joseph had told them was to come to be ended up happening. And it wasn't until Pharaoh years later had his own dreams that Joseph was remembered. So that's our Old Testament. If you guys have your Bible, New Testament, we're going to be in Matthew chapter 14. And it's talking about John the Baptist is now in prison, and King Herod's having a birthday party. So picking up in chapter 6. But when Herod's birthday came, the daughter of Herodias danced before the company, and it pleased Herod, so that he promised her an oath to give her whatever she may ask. Prompted by her mother, she said, "Give me the head of John the Baptist here on a platter." And the king was sorry, but because of the oath and all the guests that were there, he commanded it to be given. He sent and had John beheaded in the prison, and his head was brought on a platter and given to the girl. And she brought it to her mother, and his disciples went back and took the body and buried it. And they went and told Jesus. And I can imagine that was a really, really sad day too. Here we are at this birthday celebration, and this young lady was dancing before the king and all the guests, and she was granted one wish, and who would have thought she would have asked for John the Baptist's head? And we need to be careful what we're looking at, because they can take our head and move them in the wrong direction too. Guys are so often guilty of taking a second look. If there's a pretty girl, or rubbernecking, you guys know what I'm talking about. But how often does our selfishness kind of get in the way? And we need to be careful, because we could end up being beheaded, just like John the Baptist was here. And it says that the disciples took his body and buried it and went and told Jesus. And I can imagine Jesus already knew what was going to happen, but how he just mourned and ached for John, who had prepared the way for him and had baptized him. And I just got one more thing that I just wanted to share with you guys. Maybe you guys have had a birthday celebration that was absolutely incredible. And somebody went to all these expenditures and spared no cost just to make your day extra special. My wife's one of those people that makes birthdays super special every year for all the kids. And not something I'm really good at doing, but she's really good at that. Maybe you have somebody in your life that just goes above and beyond to make birthdays and holidays and different events special throughout the year. Make sure you give them, tell them thanks. They're the people that hold the family together and make things enjoyable for just family to get together. And it's so important. These are the only two instances in the Bible, and yet both of these incidences have death in the picture. Going back to Pharaoh, we see the one of the two restored to their job, and the other one is basically executed. And here we're seeing John the Baptist in the New Testament executed too. And I hope you guys never have a birthday party where there's an execution, but that you can remember the gift that God has given you of another year and the possibility of another year to come. We just had a funeral this past weekend for a lady that was just in love with Jesus, and at 97 she decided to be baptized, and she lived to be 100 years old, a friend of the family. And it's just so cool when you see older people still in their later years in life just trying to be a testimony and a witness. And they opened up her prayer journal and they shared all the people that she was praying for, her grandkids and her great-grandkids and her great-great-grandkids. And it was such a testimony. And we need to be making sure that our testimony is celebrating the life and the blessings that God has given us every day. So thank you guys for joining us. Watch out for flying pillows. And if somebody comes with an empty platter, I hope that it's not your head being served or the head of somebody that you guys love. Thank you for joining us. Hope that all made sense. Kind of putting all those stories together and what's been going on here in our lives. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about cutoff shirts. So if you see the guns out tomorrow, you'll understand why. But please come back and join us. In the meantime, remember, guys, mirror your maker and journey with Jesus. God bless, and see you tomorrow without sleeves.